All right. Looks like we are live on Facebook and YouTube. Welcome to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 286. Today is Thursday, November 15th, the year of our Lord 2018. Got to start saying the year because we are getting deep in our episodes now. It's been over a year or so. So wait for a few people to come on in. I want to give a shout out to start out the show. If you watched yesterday, for all of our warriors who tuned in, and for everyone on Facebook, Crypto Blood, shout out to him for coming on the show and having our great discussion we had. I think that is the longest show we've ever had in the Gentleman of Crypto history, even longer than our 100th and 200th show. So one of the longest shows I've seen as far as discussion wise that flowed perfectly. Everything was good. A lot of great ideas. Talked about Lightning Network. Talked about the market. As you can see, it's a bloodbath. We've been discussing that for a while. Hey, shout out Banker Committee, Antonio. Got a few people coming in. Tessa Hall. Everybody on Facebook. King Risen. What's going on, people? Yeah. So yesterday, like I said, great discussion with Crypto Blood. Actually discussed the reason for the price drop. A lot of people pointed towards futures markets. I think it was just the timing of the Bcash fork, along with the war they have going on right now. If you know, the fork actually happened this morning at 8:40 a.m. West Coast time, so about 5:40 a.m. East Coast time. Fork happened, ABC versus SV. It's one of those things where I'm tired of talking about it. It's over now, finally. Thank goodness. Let's give a hand clap to that. Let's get this out the way. If you remember last November, we had a dump similar, about a $1K, $1,500 dump around the same time at the same price level. So not really scared at all as far as what the price is doing, and you shouldn't be either. So a few more people coming in. John Siebert, what's going on? How you doing? So let's get into some news. Let's go ahead and kick it off with a dyno. We have another dyno today. So a few people can't keep their mouth closed for some reason. As unimportant as Bitcoin is supposed to be, for some reason, these people can't stop talking about it. So one of Eurozone's chief monetary economists heaped some backhanded praise at Bitcoin, backhanded indeed, arguing that the flagship cryptocurrency was an extremely clever idea that suffers from manifold problems. So the guy's name, excuse me for the pronunciation, Benoit Coyer, I believe that's how you say it, who serves on the European Central Bank's executive board. He actually made this claim at a conference. I actually said this yesterday. Everybody that makes these grand claims about Bitcoin, it's always at a conference in front of a bunch of other people at a public forum, and then they go back in private and actually develop ways to include themselves in it. But this week, it was actually hosted in Switzerland by the Bank for International Settlements. Interesting. Will be in Switzerland. His actual statement, to me, it's not threatening. However, he actually tweeted out, Bitcoin was an extremely clever idea. Sadly, not every clever idea is a good idea. At least he admitted cryptocurrency is clever. However, in my opinion, crypto is a great idea. It has a long way to be implemented, has a long way to go as far as payments. But the fact that you can send money instantly for a low fee, without the use of a third party, is amazing to me. But the European Central Bank doesn't think so. Of course not. Why would they? Who would love? McDonald's will never say how much they love Wendy's. So, of course, competition-wise, they have to come out and say this. He said it was an evil spawn of the financial markets, which, it's just jargon that they use. And he actually stated later, lightning may strike me for saying this in the Tower of Basel, but Bitcoin was an extremely clever idea. Sadly, not every clever idea is a good idea, of course. The opportunities of the blockchain are many, but the problems of Bitcoin are also plentiful. I believe that Augustine Carson summed its manifold problems up well when he said that Bitcoin is a combination of a bubble, a Ponzi scheme, and an environmental disaster. Woo, coming in hot. Come on with come on with it. If you're gonna keep that same energy, that's all I want to see. Make sure we keep that same energy. That's all I going forward. All I've ever wanted was for people who said stuff back in the day is come out and say it, later. If you don't believe in it, I understand, but they will use words like distributed ledger technology and CBDCs for cross-border payments. So, the technology that they're basing it off of, they want to go against it because it is competition. I want to make sure we keep doing stories like this so people understand what Bitcoin was created for. It wasn't meant to assimilate into the system we already have. It is actual direct competition. Now, there are bridges that can be built to make payments in both areas easier. However, at some point the split is going to have to happen. It started this year in 2018, the year of picking a side, in my opinion. But when people make statements like this, it only goes to show you still people that don't believe in it. So for that, sir, you will get our Dino of the day, Benoit, Mr. Benoit. So let's go ahead and give him that loud roar. Sounds so sweet. That's a super T-Rex. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, we got too many dinos as it is. At this point, we are collecting them. We got to have a end of year wrap up with all our favorite. We may have the Dino Awards and see who was our favorite Dino of the year. But this one wasn't too bad. It is funny that he combined a Ponzi scheme, an environmental disaster, a bubble. I mean, everything bad in one statement. So shout outs to you for being able to fit that all in one statement. But we've heard worse and we've seen worse, which is happening right now. So going forward, interesting piece of news for those of you, some of our Ohio residents. There is an Ohio congressman named Warren Davidson. He plans to introduce a bill that would allow initial coin offerings to sidestep U.S. securities laws, according to a report from the Washington Examiner, November 13th. So citing a spokesman for Davidson, it actually states that the prospective bill be treated as products rather than as securities at the federal and state level. So what this does, in my opinion, it actually introduces a new way to regulate ICOs, because in my opinion, some of these ICOs are out of control. I mean, in a free market, you should be able to put out what you want. However, if you want to take your cryptocurrency and change it into dollars, you have to live by the fiat rules. And those fiat rules, in my opinion, should be something set by companies, should be self-regulated. However, if it's not, which we know the SEC is not going to let that happen, how about we call it something else? That is a great idea. It's not a security, it's a product. They still have trouble figuring out exactly what cryptocurrency is, how it's relatable to them. However, if it's called a product, you wouldn't have to have all these companies getting breathing down their neck by the SEC. And in my opinion, that will actually make it smoother to have ICO, raise money, and then turn that product. I believe if you have a working product, you can actually put it out there for your customers. So we've seen some good ones. We've seen some not so good ones. It actually states in the report, startups in the crypto and blockchain space are already sidestepping securities laws by turning to traditional venture capital funding in lieu of public or private token sales. So this year we've seen plenty of regulation. We've seen many people try to take down ICOs. One of the things that people started to do was, okay, well, it can only be accredited investors. Okay, well, if that doesn't work, well, it can only be in these certain countries outside of the US. And then now we move to the point now where, yeah, it's probably a security. But if this guy from Ohio can change the speech around ICOs to a product, that may actually help in the long term, because I don't think the SEC wants to have to deal with every ICO that pops up. That is really a game of whack-a-mole there. So good to see there from the Ohio congressman. Hopefully he can get some traction. Warren Davidson, we'll keep an eye on that and keep you updated. So let's look at some of our comments we have here. Tony Nolly, what's up, brother? John Siebert. Yeah, the BCH fork happening right now. Sergeant Crypto, what's going on? If it drops to 1,000 or $1, who cares? I'll just pick it up. That's why I said I got buy orders all the way down, baby, all the way in the hundreds. I don't care, because right now it should be accumulation. If you're not a trader, if you're not somebody who's actually doing this full time, you should just be accumulating as much Bitcoin as possible, because when the next bull run happens, you can accumulate enough where you can actually change your life, like many people in the crypto space have. So P-Man Van, morning, what's going on? Bitcoin Outlaw on break, catching a live today. What's up, man? Appreciate you joining us. P-Man Van, just waiting for a big drop. Yeah, that was a pretty big drop. We actually discussed yesterday with Crypto Blood what we feel like the bottom would be, after doing a good amount of research on miners and how much they would lose if the price went down, somewhere around 4,400, because you have to account for really cheap mining operations as well as expensive ones. And around 4,400 is where it becomes insolvent for most miners. So, that I'm not saying that's the bottom. However, that is an area right above where we are now. And 4,400 is the area to watch. We are yearly lows. We have a yearly price that right now at this level, it bounced last year, may not do the same, may carry on, because bear markets usually are extended. So, as far as price goes, it should just be accumulation for most people. Let's see who else we got. Crypto Wimp, what's going on, brother? Milto. Oh yeah, Professor Say. I mean, yeah, that's me all day. Especially get this course going at a university soon. So are taking 4,400 for a bounce. You think it will go much lower? Well, right now the bounce I believe is going to happen in the interim for the short term. However, like I said, 4,400 is when miners start losing money. That's when the price of Bitcoin is when most miners will start losing money. So that's what I'm looking at as far as long-term fundamentals of what Bitcoin's price should be. So I think it'll bounce there if it makes it down to that level. Absolutely. So let's see. Next news we have, very funny story in my opinion. This story is, it's it's sort of indicative of the world we live in right now. I never thought I would see a headline like this, but it says, United States acting attorney general backed alleged invention promotion scam touting time travel cryptocurrency. That is a lot of stuff in one in one headline. So let's dig into this so we can see what we got going on. Actually, our U.S. Attorney General or acting U.S. Attorney General Matthew G. Whitaker actually just appointed. Jeff Sessions was just let go not too long ago. He is actually come under fire because he was associated with an allegedly fraudulent patent company that involved cryptocurrency. This was reported in Mother Jones yesterday. Whitaker, who's known as a Trump loyalist, who said he'd do anything for Trump. He was appointed by the president to replace Jeff Sessions. And now he was working with World Patent Marketing, which right now is under scrutiny because it could be an alleged scam that marketed sundry outlandish products from aspiring inventors, including, which very important, theoretical time travel commodity tied directly to the price of Bitcoin. Look at my face. Come on, people. What is so hard about reading something and knowing that this is absolute nonsense? Some of the other products included a masculine toilet for well-endowed men. Like, come on, man. What are we even talking about? I thought the gold in the ship in Russia, off the coast of Russia, was bad. This is ridiculous. But it was actually dubbed Time Travel X. They have a technology and investment vehicle and a community of users, which all of that can be bastardized when you talk about cryptocurrencies. Yeah, you can have a technology, doesn't mean it's good. You can have an investment vehicle, ICOs, which is a way to do it. And you can have a community of users, but they could all be bots for all I know. You could buy thousands of bots for Telegram to make it seem like you have a community of users. So all this stuff is irrelevant. Actually, when you look at what they did, World Patent Marketing actually got shut down in 2017 and fined $26 million. After the FTC said they bilked thousands of consumers out of millions of dollars, fleecing its hopeful inventor clients through bogus patent contracts, which is crazy. I mean, if any of this talk that they had about this ICO was real, you should be able to look it up easily before you send them money. But good gracious, they raised a good amount of money. Whitaker was paid $9,375 for his advisory board role, which he hasn't returned. However, what this does show me is that he's in crypto. I mean, he's definitely into cryptocurrency to an extent. Even if he doesn't know what he's actually doing, as far as investment wise, there's a lot of people investing in a lot of dumb ICOs. So he's just another one of the crypto people. But that means he actually understands crypto. And this is our attorney general, people. So it could mean good for the crypto market going forward, meaning he'll be favorable towards crypto. However, if he's just another scammer, then why do we even, acknowledge him? So let's see. What do we have here? John C. It's either capitulation or roundabout. Oh yeah, talking about the price. Half a year. Yeah, next summer it probably takes some time. Rounded bottom. Yeah, this story to me is pretty funny because an attorney general is looked at as somebody who has to oversee all of the laws that come about. However, if you're involved with a crypto scam as an attorney general, this is a new world, people. I mean, the word crypto wasn't even in the lexicon, 2 or 3 years ago for most people in mainstream. And now you have an attorney general who actually has been involved with cryptocurrency. So crazy times we live in. I'm pretty sure, like we said, Trump is going to say something about crypto at some point when he has no choice, especially if your attorney general is involved in this. And I want to see how this turns out. If he actually has to give back money, if he gets sued as well, it would be pretty funny to see what comes out with Matthew G. Whitaker. So keep an eye out on that. And, crazy story, in my opinion, man. World Patent Marketing. That's so garbage. And I'm mad they called it an alleged scam. Come on, man. Time travel with cryptocurrency? Scam. Just call it what it is, man. Moving forward. So BitGo, as you know, very popular among custodial solutions for consumers as well as institutional investors. They have actually added stablecoins. I know we haven't discussed stablecoins as much lately. We did basically 2 weeks worth back in October, I believe. Stablecoins this, stablecoin every day. However, this is important because BitGo has offered support for its 101st asset. And they actually are handling or using the Gemini dollar, GUSD. And Circle's USDC was added November 6th. So it looks like BitGo is basically trying to woo different investors in by saying, hey, you take your cash, you put it in a stable coin, you can actually move your money instantly in a flash. Now, we do know that the process of moving a stable coin to the actual fiat currency, that's kind of shaky. However, they can come up with a solution, BitGo, for custodial, where they can say, well, your dollar is just as good as, or your stable coin is just as good as this dollar, because we have insurance, which they've already said they have, as well as we have top of the line security, multi-sig wallets. People will probably trust them to store their crypto because they don't want it on them. You can actually sue the company if they lose it. And, you know, BitGo so far has been pristine, and they put out a lot of people in the industry that used to work there. So good to see from BitGo. The statement here, people are trying to find new revenue streams. And when that can't be done through volume, it has to be done through adding new product lines, new premium services for which you can charge the user, finding new ways to extend your business model. So in their opinion, they're basically finding a way to charge you more fees to use it. You know, I think it's kind of the stablecoin craze is kind of, you know, overshot. And this guy here actually agrees with me. He says, I would see no reason to hold dollarized tokens, which, by the way, are still susceptible to the risk of hacking, which it is. Everything is. When you could take your money and park it with BNY Mellon, which offers FDIC deposit insurance and overnight lending rates in your cash, it just seems inefficient. And we've said that before. Stable coins are like another step in between getting to crypto. It's like, well, I could use fiat in an ATM or through my bank account on an exchange, but now I have to buy the stable coin, then I have to get the cryptocurrency or get Bitcoin, then buy crypto. That's, you know, too much for some people. So it'll be interesting how this turns out, but I think BitGo is very trusted in the community, and their custodial service will work long term. So stable coins, I don't think it will hurt it. However, I think, you know, some people have their reservations about using it. So let's look at some comments we have here. Let's see. Crypto Q, what's going on, brother? Infinite Universe, exponential growth and development out here. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Trying to get better every day. Make sure you smash those likes. Make sure you share it with all your friends, your cousins. Actually, you know, next week is Thanksgiving. A great time when you're home with the family to make sure you hit them up, let them know about Gentlemen of Crypto, give them the channel. You know, actually invite them to watch. I know when I go home for Thanksgiving, probably won't this year, but usually when I do, I get 1,000 questions from family members. All right, so what happened with this? What happened? You know, what's going on? So if you're one of those people, make sure when you're going for Thanksgiving next week, you do the same thing. So let's see. Yeah, Tony Nolly, yeah, definitely make sure you like that. And we'll go ahead and get into our question of the day to win those free cryptic coins. So in the story where I actually discussed our U.S. Attorney Acting General right now, Matthew Whitaker, what do you think his punishment should be, or should we keep this Attorney General? If you're in the crypto world, you know he's a part of crypto. He's been a part of it, even if it is a scammy corporation. He knows what cryptocurrency is. Do you think he should, you know, actually stay as Attorney General, or do you think we should try and make sure he's out of there because he could be another threat to crypto? Let us know what you think. Put your answer and your T address from your cryptic coin wallet, and we will make sure to send those free coins. I want to thank everybody for watching. A couple quick announcements before we go. Make sure you download the Brave browser to support KRBE Crypto. Like we said before, doing this for the people. Make sure you support us there. All you have to do is download the Brave browser. And shout out to everybody out there still getting it in this market, even though it is a bloodbath. Great time to average in some buys on projects that you trust in long term. Don't fret. You know, at this point, you shouldn't be scared every time you see a price move. You know, crypto is going to be around for a while, a long time, probably past our lifetime. So don't fret. Have a good Thursday. Hope everybody, you know, does what they have to do today. Thank you for watching, and have a good one, people. Cheers.